rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going atheist, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going atheist, you can fucking fight me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going atheist, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going atheist, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche.
Hello. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Let's first start. I think I'm gonna start a new little, kind of like a little vlog diary called Diaries of a Hotel Receptionist. Because let me tell you, the other night, so we have these tenants. Well, they're not tenants anymore, but we had these two gentlemen that were in the room next door to me. They were amazing. They were great. At least I thought they were. But then it was like, the more I got to know them, I was like, yeah, you smell like really bad alcohol. And it's not even a cool thing because I don't know, the smell of somebody being drunk on their breath, I don't know. It's just not a cool smell for me. Okay, I'm not a drinker. Never had. I've drank a few times. I mean, occasionally. I'm an occasional drinker. But it was starting to become a nightly routine, and I'm like, okay. Well, one morning I went outside I went to go get my truck. Mind you, they parked their vehicle next to mine most nights. I was finding piles of throw up outside my truck, and I'm like, God, I can't even get in my truck. This is so gross. This is gross. Well, come to find out, the night, just the other night when everything went down, one of the other people that has been there for a long-term stay, she was like, yeah, man, like they're literally, or she's literally like trying to catch her throw up in a cup every night, like cup after cup after cup. I'm like, that's so fucking gross. That's gross. That's gross. Okay, over the gross part. Anyways, I guess she drank some Canadian whiskey, some really strong stuff. I don't even know what it was. But the other night, I'm working it was Sunday night. Most people are getting ready to go to work Monday morning, or Monday afternoon. I'm up at, I'm working, and she comes up, and she's got, I don't know, she looks like she's been crying, and she's all, she was just drunk off of her ass. And I'm thinking, oh God, this is going to be a great night. Just a great night. Because the more I told her I had to leave the desk, there was other things I had to do, you know, is there, can tell me what's wrong with you? Like, what's the matter? Like, don't just sit here and stare at me with these blackened, hating eyes like you just want to jump over the counter at me. Like, I didn't do nothing to you. She kind of like, I don't know. It was like the oddest thing because she was like, oh, $5,000, my house, and an ex-meth addict. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, if you don't tell me what's wrong in language that I can understand, I said, I don't know what to do to help you, but I can't stand here all night while you look at me basically crying your eyes out, you know, I can't help you. And I never got the full story about that, but somehow she tied in my youngest's dad to this ex-meth addict, $5,000 losing her house kind of story. And I'm like, what does he have anything to do with this? She's just like, she just rolls her eyes and tries to get me to come around the counter so she could give me a hug or something. And I'm like, oh no, like you got hate-filled eyes. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, no, I can't come around the counter. I'm trying to work, you know. I said, I can't be hugging everybody while I'm on clock. I said, I'm here to work right now. I don't know what else to say. I finally eventually get her to be like, she basically said, he kicked me in my ribs, won't let me sleep. And I'm like, okay, well, do you need me to call for help? If you need me to call for help, let me know. I'll call for help. And she's like, she just puffs and puffs and finally get her to walk away from the counter, probably after about a half hour of going back and forth with, you know, you can't just stand here. I already knew then it was going to be a hell of a night because she was pretty drunk. So I finally get her to go away. I go into the breakfast area and, you know, I'm straightening everything up, trying to clean up, get ready to set up for breakfast for in the morning. And I come around the corner because I started hearing yelling down the hall. And I'm like, oh God, no, what the fuck? What's going on? I'm like, are they down there fighting? What the hell? Well, I go to veer the corner. Before I can view the corner, like we have one of those corner mirrors where you can see around the corner. I look up in the mirror and I can see the room that's across from me. That's a long-term, that's been there for a while. And then I see that both of the occupants of that room, I see my boyfriend coming up behind them. And I'm thinking, oh, motherfucker, now what? And then I see her coming through the back doors. And I'm like, oh, great. Here we go. What the fuck happened? Well, I guess she was angry because my boyfriend went over and knocked on the door because she went back to her room, was throwing things around the room, woke up my son. Mind you, he had school the next morning. Yeah, yep, this is crazy. And my boyfriend had told them to calm down, stop it. That they had their dog in there barking, and it was, and everything going on over there woke up my son that they needed to be quiet, or he was calling up to let me know what was going on. Well, I guess he walked away, went into the room. Next thing you know, the female she came out of the room and was getting ready to go knock on my door to confront my boyfriend. And the lady across the hall from me heard everything going on. So she whipped open her door and she was like, "Oh no, you're not going to do that. There's a baby in there sleeping. Don't do that." Mind you, this lady isn't feeling well. So she's like, "Well, fuck it. I'm already up." She grabs her things, goes out the back door to have a cigarette. She said, next thing you know, she comes out the back door with a Canadian whiskey glass bottle. And it was quite the sizable bottle from what I could see of the remaining particles of it. But she goes to the lady, she says, "Bitch!" And she flings the fucking bottle at her, tries to hit her upside the head. I'm like, so this is the story I'm getting from them. And I'm like, okay, I'm calling for help. I'm like, because clearly this is not something that I'm going to be able to be like, "Hey, go to your room, go to bed," because I can just see it right now, her getting volatile with me. And so I'm standing there and I'm talking to dispatch and I'm like, in this situation, because like, see, to each their own, everybody's their own, do your own thing, but don't put me in a situation where now I gotta be talking to dispatch and be like, they're like, "Is this male or female?" And I'm like, because she's standing at my desk. "Hey, Candy Kisses, thanks for stepping in." But she's standing at the front desk listening to me talk to dispatch, and she's like, "Is it male or female?" I know she likes to go by she, but it's really a he. So I'm like, what do I say? What the fuck do I say? And I'm like, she, he, I don't, I'm just like stammering over my words. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to say because I got her here giving me this death stare. And then she starts in with this bullshit about being on meth. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I'm not on meth. Nobody I know is on meth. What the fuck are you talking about? Later find out her boyfriend's an ex-meth addict. And she's got these, like, I don't know what you want to call them, but they were telling her that everybody in the hotel is basically supplying her boyfriend, who's a ex-user, with meth. And she's thinking, my boyfriend's part of this gang that's supplying it. And I'm like, no, dude, no. She's like, "I'm calling CPS on you. I hope you know I'm calling CPS on you." And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, like that. I don't need nothing more. Like, I don't care. Call them. I don't got nothing to hide. But damn, like, you don't have to do this, and you don't have to cause more problems where they don't need to be. And I'm just like, hey, Lycan, ain't my job to keep track of who you are. Yeah, it's too confusing to navigate people's genders these days. Yeah, I know. It's so crazy. But, like, I'm trying to explain it to dispatch. The lady on the phone's getting pissed at me. I don't want to say it's a she. They show up and it's really a he. You know what I mean? Or I don't want to say it's a he, but then they show up and she goes by she. I'm just like, my God, why do you guys got to put me in this situation? Anyways, long story short, they ended up taking her boyfriend, who is the non-aggressor of the situation, mind you. She told me he kicked her in the ribs. Really, she kicked him in the ribs because he was sleeping and she wanted him to wake up, I guess. Don't ask me. She was throwing things around the room, I was told. The dog was barking. That's what woke up my kid. And it was a fucking mess. So the first officers come. The boyfriend gets taken to jail. Why? Because he's got a warrant for the other county over. I felt horrible because like this guy did nothing wrong. He was just trying to sleep so that way he could go to work the next day, and now he's going to jail because of her actions. She's blaming all of this on me, her boyfriend having to go to jail on me because I'm the one that called. And supposedly my boyfriend's supplying her boyfriend with meth. Oh my gosh. So it just went, and it escalated from there. She come back down several times. She come down one other time after the officers told her to go to her room, stay in her room, don't come out. Her checkout date was the next day anyways, just to chill out for the night. Needless to say, we had the cops there 4 more times. I'm like, and one of the times she called it, well, 2 times she called. I was in the linen room doing my job in there, and I look up and I'm like, why the hell do I hear police officer keys? Because you can hear their keys jingling. I'm like, well, what are you doing back here? I'm like, what's going on? Oh, she called me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, said room 122, go ahead. He goes down and he's talking to her. He starts heading out the building, legit heading out the building. He stops to talk to me to give me an update on the situation because I'm receptionist, and he doesn't even get to make it out the door before she's done already got back on the phone with dispatch and tells them she don't want to deal with that officer. She wants a supervisor. She wants to speak to his supervisor now. Mind you, this is the same officer that I feel bad for him because he's a really nice guy. He really is. He's such a friggin' nice guy. Hi, Donnie. This officer is such a nice guy. And I always felt bad, like, because when my oldest son was staying with us, or with me, he's got ADD, ADHD, ODD, MDD, all the DDs you can think of. Sorry, I'm in a Walmart parking lot. I gotta go in here. Somebody's car alarm is going off. They really should shut that off. Anyways, so on with the story. He was always getting in trouble. So this officer always seemed to be the officer on staff when he would come. Well, the officer one night, because I told him, you're gonna keep pulling this bullshit. You're gonna keep stealing from people around here. You're going to keep destroying things. That's a name for yourself you can never overcome. I said, you're never going to live those names down. You're forever going to be known as a thief. You're forever going to be known as somebody you can't be trusted. And this officer, he comes and he's like, well, you can't tell your child that, and you can't tell him that nobody's going to want him around. I said, the fuck if I can't? I was always too blunt with this guy. I'm like, you can't tell me what I can and cannot tell my kid. I can be brutally honest with my kid. I said, like it or not, I'm gonna tell him how it's gonna be. Because what the fuck else? I can't lay a hand on him because y'all will take me to jail. I can't make him listen because I can't even tell him, that if you keep up this bullshit, nobody's gonna want you around. I'm like, so don't sit here and tell me what I can and cannot tell my kid. I said, you can't tell me how to fucking parent. I was asshole to this cop. He just sits there and he just lets me go nuts. But I don't give a fuck. You can't tell me when you're not the one that's got to sit here and deal with them 24/7. I said, don't fucking sit here and tell me how to raise my kid. Anyways, there's something else for somebody to come at me for. I don't even care because you know what? My kid is perfectly fine. And he's got lessons to learn, I guess, in the long run. However, back to the story about the neighbors. She finally goes to bed, wakes up the next morning, and I guess all day's receptionist tried to get a hold of them and get them to check out. They refused to answer their phone. They refused to answer their door. I guess the other kid or the husband or the boyfriend, whatever, got out of jail and came in and snuck back into the room somehow before a receptionist seen it happen. So they locked themselves in the reception or in the room. Yes, I know. I ruined my kids. Get it right, Lakin. I ruined my kids. I ruined my kids. Anyways, they locked themselves in the room. The night or the second shift receptionist tells them, yo, you need to get down here right now, because he finally gets them on the phone. He's like, you need to get down here and you need to pay for the room for the night now. Like, I got my boss on the phone. They're wanting you down here to pay for that room right now. Or otherwise you have to vacate. They're like, okay, well, we'll pay it at 9:10 because our money hits our card at 9:10. And he's like, okay. Been through this before. He's like, okay, I expect to see you down here by 9:10. Well, I guess the boyfriend started heading down the hallway and he got up to where you can see in the mirror, like the corner mirror, who's at the desk or whatever. And I don't know if they thought maybe I was going to be up at the desk or whatnot, but I wasn't up at the desk when they went down there. I guess they turned around and booked it back down to the room. And they were just acting really, really effed up yesterday for the most part. Anytime anybody seen them, they were out of their minds. And they never ended up paying for their room last night. The owner came in this morning and she was like, what's going on? What's happening with this room? I kind of gave her a quick update on what was going on and what was happening. And she's like, okay, 9:00, I'll be banging on their door, telling them to get out. Well, I got up. I do going to work tonight. On my way out to get my son, I noticed that their vehicle isn't there. I do notice that their little fake tree thing that they had in the window, that's not there. So my guess is that they did vacate property after causing a scene and a half for the last day or so, making everybody's head be on a swivel because we don't know what the hell these crazy people are going to do. And after threatening me that they were going to call CPS on me because I guess as retaliation, and they were going to tell them that I'm on meth or something. I'm like, dude, my life is on camera. I work third shift. So if I'm not taking my son to school, which is like a minute up the damn road, if I'm not running to grab dinner or picking him up from school, I mean, all my time is accounted for. I'm on surveillance camera no matter where I'm at because, the school's got it. If I go up to the store's got it. I mean, I'm on surveillance all day long. So if you tell me a time when I got time to get some meth, you just let me know, okay? Because, damn, my whole life is on video. Like, I don't even get time to myself. I'm on video 24/7. So, good luck with that. I said, the life of a receptionist, I've had some grand times already. So I think I'm going to make like a video diary. Life of a receptionist, and anytime anything interesting happens, I'm going to get on here, I'm going to vlog it. With that being said, though, I am going to end this, I think, because I got to go in this store and I got to grab some things. And then I got to get back there and get ready for fun, for work. And hopefully they won't be in our computer, huh? The kid went to school today and he is so tired. And I think it's just the exhaustion of the last few days sneaking up on him because of being woke up. Huh? You tired? Yeah? You ready to go in? Get this done? Don't look at me like that. I ruined my kids. I ruined my kids. Do I ruin you? Huh? Do I ruin you? No? No? Okay, tell everybody bye. No? You don't want to say bye today? All right, guys, I'm going to end this. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for listening to my little story time. Appreciate it. Remember, stay loyal, stay true, stay you. Love you. Bye.
And I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside